Night Watch.
It's your money, and we're taking a long, hard look tonight at how much of it is being spent on legal fees for the Muscogee County School District. Hello, everyone, and thank you for trusting News 3. I'm Teresa Whitaker.
And I'm Phil Scoggins. For most of this year, the Muscogee County School District has been under fire for the amount of money it spends handling legal matters.
In 2012, the school district spent around $700,000 in legal fees. From January to August of this year, that bill stands at nearly $380,000.
Over the last 6 months, News 3's Sydney Cameron has been reviewing billing records. She has filed multiple open records requests for invoices from the district's legal counsel, the Hatcher Stubbs law firm.
While we still don't know where every cent is going, in tonight's News 3 special It's Your Money report, Sydney gives us a better idea of how your tax dollars are being spent.
It was back in March when a concerned citizen brought to the school board the complaint that the district is overpaying for legal services. That's also when we began our battle to get the billing records. During this time, there have been ethics complaints and a GBI investigation. After months of wrangling, the district has given up some of the documents, but their compliance with our open records request is far from complete. Nevertheless, here's what we know so far about the district's 60-year no-bid deal with Hatcher Stubbs. In 8 months, the Muscogee County School District has racked up nearly $380,000 in legal fees. Invoices provided by Hatcher Stubbs show the fees paid for handling internal personnel matters, expulsions in tribunals, and lawsuits. Just getting this bit of information was a battle. This is what we received initially, statements showing only the date, time billed, and the total amount. After News 3's lawyers spent months carefully and methodically dealing with district objections to our demands, we finally got these invoices in August. Pages upon pages upon pages of black boxes that hid any detailed information, but the subject line revealed the legal matter being handled. $34,000 went to lawsuits, $25,000 to special education matters, nearly $19,000 to workers' comp claims. But the district has been billed the most for a vague category called general, more than $85,000. The lawyers doing the billing for the district simply refuse to explain what legal services are included in the general category.
I think that shows a shocking lack of public transparency.
Georgia State Senator Josh McCoon has been one of the district's most vocal critics, claiming they overpay for legal services. Hatcher Stubbs charges a partner rate of $165 per hour, $115 for associates. The firm has been representing MCSD for more than 60 years, and they've never had competition. There's no bid process for legal counsel. McCoon and others have been calling for a transparent process.
This is not a new debate in 2013. It's a debate we've been having for years. Unfortunately, it's a debate that's been stifled.
But it came to a head in March. At the time, local political consultant Frank Myers was very outspoken about the issue.
It is past time somebody stood up for the children, parents, and teachers.
2 school board members went to police calling for a GBI investigation, claiming Myers and McCoon overstepped the legal boundaries in their efforts to influence the board to replace Hatcher Stubbs. Both were cleared of any wrongdoing in late September. McCoon is convinced it was an attempt to silence critics of the school board.
You have a board of education and a leadership that has been arrogant and that has been unwilling to deal with this issue.
At issue is not whether Hatcher Stubbs should represent the district. McCoon says it's about protecting taxpayer dollars and ensuring that every dollar possible is spent on education.
Have any ones? No. No.
It's what gives somebody that first rung on the ladder to economic opportunity and success. And for these folks to fritter away tax dollars on no-bid contracts, it's immoral, and it's got to stop.
McCoon believes money can be saved by using a bid process to encourage competitive pricing, or hiring an in-house lawyer who could take care of most of the matters currently being handled by the outside firm.
They spent nearly $17,000 on non-renewals. That's teacher contracts. They've spent nearly $4,000 on EEOC charges, another $2,500 on OCR complaints. Are these a lot of personnel matters that you're referring to?
Yes, a lot of these charges could be taken off the table by having a full-time attorney that was employed by the school district.
Here in Macon, Georgia, sits Bibb County School District, home to about 25,000 students. It was just about 2 years ago when the school district decided to move to in-house counsel. Now about 85% of their legal matters are handled by an internal lawyer.
In the long run, we definitely expect to see a cost savings.
Dr. Steve Smith, interim superintendent for Bibb County School District, says it was a wise decision for them, and counsel is readily available whenever he or anyone else in the district might need it. The in-house lawyer gets paid $116,000 a year, and they only use external counsel on cases that have the potential for litigation or sensitive special education issues that require expertise. In 2012, Bibb County spent an estimated $523,000 using outside lawyers, and in the last 5 months, $176,000. But Dr. Smith says these are special circumstances.
There were extensive discussions involving potential litigation for a case that we were hopefully avoiding going to trial.
The Muscogee County School District maintains that they require an outside law firm because of its 32,000 student population and specialty cases.
I just don't think we're being spendthrift and wasteful in this area. And I don't think our law firm is padding bills or overcharging us.
School Board Chair Rob Varner believes you can't just switch one legal counsel out for another because more than money is at play when choosing good legal representation.
Legal services and professional services, very similar to what many of us experience when we go to a physician. You've developed a level of comfort, you know their education, you know their background, you know their experience. In this case with Hatcher Stubbs, we know all of that about them.
A few years ago, when the debate about legal counsel arose, an independent lawyer made a presentation to the school board, and that's when Varner says he realized MCSD was doing the right thing. He feels using a bid process would be even harder, saying it would be difficult to determine and fairly measure dozens of areas of expertise. And he says hiring an in-house lawyer has too many overhead costs.
So let's say we pay somebody $100, add another $40 for secretarial support, add 20% benefits on top of that, add another $10 or $15 a year in whatever it costs for subscriptions and dues and things like that to professional organizations. You're probably all in close to $200,000 a year.
And he says when it gets to the more complex issues where the bulk of expenses lie, external counsel would have to be brought in anyway.
I don't think an in-house lawyer would ever be able to develop the level of expertise and experience around some of the more complex and therefore expensive and litigious things that school districts get into. EEOC, students with disabilities, you know, federal court challenges.
In the Bibb County School District, the chief legal counsel, Randy Howard, says a lot of his time is devoted to personnel issues. He handles between 100 to 150 per year.
I handle personnel matters, EEOC notice of claims, discipline matters, special ed matters.
In other words, the routine business faced by any school district. But in Muscogee County, even something as simple as a routine open records request goes to Hatcher Stubbs. In contrast, an ORR sent to the City of Columbus is handled by in-house counsel. Varner believes this entire debate is distracting the community and board from focusing on education. But he says neither he nor the board will ever try to silence the critics.
I want them to talk all they want to talk. Sometimes it's frustrating because I think they're saying things that aren't true, that are almost slanderous to individuals as well as groups of individuals.
News 3 is still battling with the Hatcher Stubbs law firm, trying to get them to uncover what's in that vague general category. So far, we have been unsuccessful in our attempts. I should mention, even though we've submitted numerous ORRs and we know they went to Hatcher Stubbs, none of the invoices we received mentioned them. So we can't tell you how much money the school district has spent over the last 6 months on our request alone. Back to you.
Thank you, Sydney. State Senator Josh McCoon is currently working on a bill that he hopes will be passed in the upcoming legislative session.
It would prohibit no-bid legal deals for boards of education across the state.